There's more. Here are just a few recent headlines on this very topic. Stars are shrinking in the Ozempic age. Is there a new body positivity or just the same old impossible beauty standards? Another. Is the era of body positivity over? Some experts worry about a return of thinness as the norm. And here's a pithy one. So is the body positivity movement still a thing? Well, let's ask. Let's ask psychotherapist Jonathan Alpert, for instance. Sir, happy Thanksgiving. I'll be enjoying a meal or maybe many in the next couple of days. But your thoughts on this body positivity issue?
Well, first of all, good for Lizzo for doing it the old-fashioned way. From what I understand, lots of exercise and lifestyle changes. And that's really what we need to try to stick with. And the body positivity movement, it does almost seem like a thing of the past. Not too many years ago, we had people online celebrating body positivity and love yourself. And we had social media influencers touting that online. But we've seen such a dramatic cultural shift. And now I'm concerned as a therapist that there's a cultural obsession with thinness at any cost. And we should be concerned because to drop 30 pounds in such a short amount of time may not necessarily be the healthiest thing. So I usually encourage patients to focus on lifestyle changes, eating healthy, exercise, moving. And if there are some underlying issues, psychological issues that may be contributing to their eating, those have to be addressed. So, for example, it's holiday season, and a lot of times we just stuff our face and use food as a way to cope with emotions, and that can be addressed.
You know, you talk about the concern that thinness will be the next thing, and that's kind of like the old thing. Remember, there was a long era where being very, very thin seemed to be the height, and the models were thin. But there's a lot of space between the body positivity, obesity, and being super, super thin. Can we occupy the middle ground, for instance? Can that be a trend?
Well, and it's probably a place that we should get to, trying to adapt healthy lifestyles. And any time we're too far to the extreme, whether it's politically or with our bodies, that's where we get into a danger zone. And I am fearful that we are promoting thinness to an unhealthy level. And celebrities, they're in a very good position to try to promote healthiness and not thinness that's malnutrition, or at least appears that way.
Let's talk a little bit about togetherness. We are all together after all in the holidays, and there's this new poll about holidays. Would you try to avoid family members, friends, family that you disagree with politically, or can we all just get along? It's actually looking not so bad out there. And what do you make of this?
Well, it's an interesting poll, and it's one that I'm encouraged by the results, especially after the horrific events yesterday in D.C. So we need to hope that that trend continues. However, I am concerned because I do have some patients who are afraid to see their uncle who may have voted for President Trump, or concerned about interactions they may have with their progressive cousin or relatives. So it is very much still a concern of patients, and I'm sure across the nation for people. And my advice is not what we've seen on other networks, experts say, to cut people off, but I would suggest the opposite, to try to find common ground. Surely there's more to life than politics, especially around Thanksgiving. So I usually encourage people to find common ground with their relatives. Most people do want peace and prosperity for this country. And, also have a safety. Maybe you can ask them to pass the stuffing or dessert and focus on things that are far more important than politics.
Absolutely. Pass the pie. Stop talking the politics for a few moments. See how everyone is. Ask about people's health. Stay away from the weight loss journeys, perhaps, at least on Thanksgiving Day. Jonathan Alpert, thank you so much. It was delightful to have you on. We really, really greatly appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you, Molly. Have a nice holiday.
Yes, you too. Mike?